Evening, gentlemen and ladies. In my last video, I addressed what it actually takes for someone to become a millionaire, who's just the average person. I left you with a little bit of a cliffhanger. We talked about how time is of the utmost importance to start investing now and become a millionaire in your lifetime. As we talked about, investing is an epidemic for most Americans because they're so reliant on Social Security. With Social Security hanging in the fringes, it's doubtful that I'll ever even see Social Security that I'm paying right now. So with that in mind, and with the intent of becoming a millionaire, let's go over what exactly it takes to start investing right now. A good place to start is if you're employed. A lot of employers offer a 401k program that's usually matching at a certain percentage. For me, at my current job situation, they'll match 6% of my annual income contributions. So what exactly does that mean? That means that if I choose to be a part of my employer's 401k contribution, I will elect to give 6% of my income to a 401k program, and they will match 6% as well. So for the average American making $59,000 a year, 6% of their income is around $3,500 a year. Now again, if this is matching, you multiply that times 2. So that's over $7,000 invested into a 401k every year. Now that $7,000 amount is well above the $5,000 amount in the example we used in the last video. So this amount paired with you starting early, starting young, will lead you to a millionaire status in no time. Unfortunately, a majority of people my age in their 20s do not take part in their 401k contribution, even if they have it. Now you have to understand that's money left on the table. That is a salary that is not being picked up by the employee. If the average American decides to not contribute to their 401k at all, they're leaving that $3,500 every year on the table, which over the course of 45 years equals hundreds of thousands of dollars. So for my employed friends, go ahead and look at the 401k contribution through your employer, because you probably have it. Now the next example is for my unemployed or my self-employed friends. For you guys, I would suggest for you to consider an IRA. I'd prefer a Roth IRA, but you can go the traditional route. Now traditional versus Roth IRA is not something that we have to cover in this video. I can even do so in a later time, or you can Google it yourself, but it's really based off of tax deferment. Now it is super important, but not covered in this video yet, because we're still trying to cover the basics. Now with the majority of IRAs, you actually have a little bit more freedom in choosing what you want to invest in. You can do individual mutual funds, investment in other areas that are a little bit more specific, like the standard stock market. Now the good news for some of those who just want to invest and forget about it and not touch their account much is that there are robo-investors who will do it for you. And these robo-investors are at pretty low fees since it's not actually by an active manager, which is good news for you. Now since the IRA route is a little bit more self-guided, you may be asking how do you choose that as well? The thing I would suggest would be to consider low fees, because that's going to help you return the most money, the most compounding interest every year. Now I'm not sponsored by NerdWallet, but I will include at the description below an article by NerdWallet that will go over how to look for the IRA per your choice and what you're actually looking for based off an investment style. And the point I'll make with either one of these investments is just to invest and forget about it. Don't touch the account, just set yourself up for auto withdrawals from your account and just treat it like a tax. Because that's where a majority of Americans go wrong, is when they start messing with their account or they don't set up for auto withdrawal. And then years pass and you miss a ton of potential opportunity in the stock market to make a ton of money within your investment account. And with my final point here, I will say that you can consider an IRA even if you already do your 401k matching through an employer. For those of you who are wondering, I actually contribute to my employee matched 401k at 6% for my personal company. What I've also done is opened a Roth IRA to contribute to that, just small amounts every month, because I personally do not want to be employed for much longer. So once I am self-employed, I'll roll over my 401k into my Roth IRA. And I can explain that more in a future video if you request it. But at this point in the video, I just want to drive home, start with what I've talked about thus far. If you start investing in your early 20s, you have more room to mess with your investments later on. For example, if you want to retire early, you can invest in your 401k at the 6% amount and open up a Roth IRA as well. And instead contribute the maximum amount that you can contribute every year into a 401k, which is $18,500. Now, if you are a go-getter, again, I will include in the description below a Reddit post that goes over early retirement. And it actually includes a flow chart that starts with you investing for your first time all the way until the different types of investments you can do to maximize your chance of retiring early. Now again, the purpose of this video was to remain short for you guys so that you can have just a few basics, just a few steps to start you on your journey to investing. And again, I hope that I can at least be somewhat of a guide to help you hit that millionaire status at some point in your life. Again, my name is Jacob Haynes. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you do have any other questions or suggestions for future videos, leave them in the comments down below.